You know that feeling. You text a girl something simple, maybe a follow-up or a casual joke, and then instantly start panicking. You stare at those three dots that never appear. You check if she is online, scrolling through her last scene, wondering if you just dug a hole you cannot get out of. 10 minutes turn into an hour. You feel this urgent, physical need to send a second text to explain yourself, just to make sure she did not think you were being weird. This is the anxious attachment trigger in full effect. Your amygdala has hijacked your logic, forcing you to try and fix a situation that is not actually broken yet. You tell yourself, wait, was I too forward? Maybe I should send another message to lighten the mood so she does not think I am obsessive. Here is the brutal shift. The more you try to fill the silence, the more you broadcast that her validation is your only oxygen. But the truth is, the problem is not that specific text. It is a deeper psychological mechanism that most men misunderstand at a fundamental level. I want to be real with you. I've been that man. I've sat with my phone, watched a conversation go cold, and told myself, I just need to say the right thing to fix this. It's a natural impulse. As men, we're built to solve problems and bridge gaps. But in the psychology of attraction, trying to fix the silence is exactly what kills the tension. We've been conditioned to believe that more effort equals a better result. That is a fundamental lie. Effort is not an aphrodisiac. Think about two men. One walks into a date with a mental script, trying to deliver the perfect story to buy a girl's interest. He is auditioning for her approval. The other man just sits back. He observes. He is comfortable letting the silence exist until she feels the need to fill it. This is investment asymmetry. In any interaction, the one working the hardest to keep it alive is the one with the least power. Most men operate under the delusion that if they show a girl how much they care and how hard they can work for her, she will eventually choose them. But you have to realize that women don't fall for your labor. They react to your energy. And right now, your energy is screaming that you are terrified of losing her. To flip this dynamic, you have to understand the concept of the invisible magnet, a state where your silence carries more weight than any prepared script. Most men treat their attention like free candy, handing it out until it loses all value. When you are always available, you become predictable. Predictability is the graveyard of attraction. In behavioral psychology, value is derived from scarcity. This is the mechanism of attention scarcity. The average guy stays until the conversation naturally dies, leaving a taste of boredom behind. The profiler knows better. You exit while the vibe is still at its peak. The needy guy pleads, I am so glad we are talking. I do not want this to end. But the grounded move is simple. This was fun, but I have got to head out. Let us pick this up later. By walking away first, you leave her brain with an open loop. Your silence begins to feel heavier than any compliment you could ever drop. She starts to wonder why you were not more desperate for her time. This curiosity is the foundation you need to install the next level of psychological tension. Her mind is not built to handle contradictions. When you give her warmth and a cold challenge in the same breath, you create an open loop she cannot close. This tension creates emotional energy that demands resolution. You praise her intelligence, leaning in and listening closely to every word she says. Then, right when she feels safe, you drop a subtle challenge that creates a crack in your image. Instead of offering polite compliance like, "You are so smart, I love listening to you," you create attraction tension by saying, "You are fun to talk to, but I do not know if you could keep up with me for a full weekend." This is the mechanism of cognitive dissonance. Her mind can no longer file you into a simple, predictable box. She feels both wanted and dismissed at the same time. That unresolved tension keeps her mind spinning, trying to figure out if she is winning or losing with you. A compliment closes the loop, but a contradiction leaves it wide open. The brain hates open loops. It will keep running in circles until it finds a resolution, which usually means she keeps chasing you. The longer she stays in this state, the deeper she falls into your frame. This friction leads directly to the most powerful tool for reversing a failing dynamic. Most men believe that once they have shown weakness or acted needy, The game is permanently over. They think they need to perform a grand gesture or send a perfectly crafted explanation to fix the damage. The truth is, the only way to stop digging a hole is to put the shovel down and walk away from the hole entirely. This is the mechanism of outcome independence, the moment your peace of mind becomes more important than her reaction. Imagine she cancels a date on you at the last minute with a vague excuse. Most guys feel that internal spike of anxiety and immediately try to secure a future promise to ease their own fear of rejection. The hole digger move sounds like this. It is okay. I understand you are busy. When are you free next? I really wanted to see you. But the emotional reset is different. No worries. I am going to head out with my friends anyway. Enjoy your night. The first response broadcasts that your schedule and your happiness depends on her. The second response is an emotional reset. It signals that while you liked her, your life and your purpose remain bigger than one girl. Attraction does not die when you make a mistake. It dies when you apologize for your existence. The reset happens the second you become genuinely okay with her walking away. When you remove the pressure, you give her the space to actually miss your presence. Freedom writes the story that pressure destroyed. You are not ignoring her out of anger. You are simply returning to your own standard. This shift in energy is what allows her to start viewing you as a choice she has to make, rather than a burden she has to manage. Once you have reclaimed your autonomy, you can begin to label her actions in a way that reinforces your value without you saying a word. Once you have regained your autonomy, your focus shifts to the power of labeling. According to self-perception theory, people often look at their own actions to conclude what they actually feel. Imagine you are in a group setting. Her friends decide to move to the next spot, but she lingers for a few seconds just to finish her sentence with you. Do not fall into needy validation by saying, I am so glad you stayed to talk to me. It means a lot. Instead, use a grounded mirror like, funny, you are still here. Look at you choosing to stay when you could have left with them. By highlighting her choice, you force her subconscious to justify why she stayed. She convinces herself she must be interested because she prioritized you over her group. This is the mechanism of commitment and consistency. Once she names the reason, her brain will edit reality to protect that narrative, bonding her tighter to the choice she made. When she starts justifying her behavior to you, the chase has officially flipped, leading us to the final verdict on your new position. Real attraction cannot survive in a vacuum of self-respect. I have seen guys tolerate subtle disrespect just to keep the conversation alive. But the moment you accept a standard lower than your own, your value in her eyes hits zero. The mastery of the emotional reset is grounded in one thing: boundary setting. Imagine a man who calmly walks away when a girl is being dismissive. He is not angry and he is not trying to punish her. He simply recognizes that his presence is a rare commodity. This is emotional autonomy. Your peace and your standards must always remain bigger than any validation she could ever give you. When you are truly okay with a no, your yes finally gains market value. Real power does not chase. It attracts by remaining unshakable. You are no longer the one auditioning. You are the one evaluating. Understanding these mechanisms is the first step toward reclaiming your position. But to truly master this, you need to understand how to reconcile these mistakes within yourself. You must turn them into your greatest strength. The goal of the emotional reset isn't to play mind games. It's to stop being played by your own anxiety. When you stop trying to control her reaction, you finally regain control of yourself. This is the ultimate cognitive reframing. If you've ever felt like you were digging a hole with a girl and didn't know how to stop, drop a comment below. Trust me, we've all been there. Sending that one text too many because we were scared of the silence. Share your story. Sometimes naming the mistake is the first step to never making it again. Remember, power is never loud. Real attraction starts the moment you are genuinely okay with her walking away. Stay sharp. See you in the next insight.